Hiya. Today we'll be going over the automatic serialization subsystem that I've developed for last summer. So this is quite hard to show off in the just editor. So what I'm going to do is make sure all my saves are cleared, load back into this level, then save the game, quit. This is a weird thing just with Unreal Engine serialization. When you first quit, or my serialization system, when you first quit in the engine, it doesn't save, but if you save that game, quit to menu, and then load again, it works fine. In the actual game, it just saves on the first try. It's just the way that UED handles loading in the scenes. So, we can see that if I interact with, if I jump, if I do anything really, I can be on different levels of terrain. This will just set the transform of the position when we're loaded in. Then the more interesting thing with this subsystem is being able to save the player state now. So we have this backpack. This backpack also does a various amount of things. So if we look at if you've been following along in linearly and you've seen the climbing system already, you can see that I've got rope and pythons added. By default, the player starts off at the game with 0-0. So that's the handling and saving player state and player location. Now we can see our climbing system in action. So if we go up here and we climb up to one of these locations, so one of these rope points, access it, place it down, and what I'll do is I will just go up here and I'll place this down fully so we can see easier. The camera's a little messed up at the moment. That's just something I'm still working on. There's a little bit of polish which needs to go into the camera system still. I've expanded the levels since I worked on the original implementation, so it's still a bit buggy. But now we can see that these ropes have been saved in, even though they were fully created at runtime. They're still in the game. So let's just do that again, make sure the game's saved, so it wasn't a fluke by any chance. So now that's all good. So now if we go over to this one, we'll see as well. Ooh. Let's just quickly look at our pythons as well to show that these are working. So our rope decreased slightly, and our pythons decreased as well from 3 to 2. So now if we do this, and what I'll showcase here is this working even if we are still climbing. So sorry about all the debugs as well. So we can see that if we get back up to I've been messing around with the climbing system today actually, so I've been trying to do some changes. So if we go back to here, sorry about that little bug, but if we go back to here, pick up our point, we can see it's fully saved. And this is a choice I made to detach the player from the Python when they're climbing. I received feedback from playtesters that if they were climbing and they saved, it was a bit weird to still be attached when they loaded in. And I've also had players say the opposite as well, but it's about 60-40 at the moment. So I'm leaning towards disconnecting the player if they load out and then having to reattach themselves manually. So we can see how that all works just once again. And then now we can go over to so we can see that in the same position, hooked up to the same places. And now we can go see our puzzle system as well being serialized. So all generic interactables, dialogue, trigger boxes get saved. So if we go over here, you can see the door slides down. Door slides down once again. That was through the save state. Now, if we walk around, if you've been following along linearly, we walk around, we can interact with this pressure plate, which triggers this visual effect. Let's say this. Now, the state of the material doesn't get saved. However, the general effect gets saved. And it plays out automatically. Now, we'll see the door is open. That's what the finishing that puzzle does. It opens the door back up. And that's the save system. It's fully implementable because it's using interfaces on any object, any game object. And then you just can select on the save game. So, for example, on this one, let's stop the game from running. Oh, a few errors just. But if we come look at here and we look at we just have to select the save game, and then all the execution code to reload it isn't on the interface itself because this loads on post or pre-initialization. We do this on event begin play. So that's everything. That's everything to do with the serialization system. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I hope that explained a few things about it. And thanks for watching.